This knife is made entirely from 3mm MDF, but once everything is assembled and finished, it looks surprisingly realistic. Today I will show you the complete process from the digital file to the finished product, and at the end I will explain how I would actually position and sell something like this as a laser cut product. Welcome to day 7 of the 100 Days, 100 Laser Products Challenge. Before we start, if you enjoy practical laser cutting projects like this, like the video and subscribe to the channel. We are making 100 different products in 100 days and showing the complete process from file to finished product. I will also leave a link in the description where you can download this knife file completely free. Before cutting, let's quickly check the file. This design is made for 3mm material, but I reduced the slot width to 2.87mm. That slightly tighter fit creates enough friction for the parts to stay firmly together even without glue. The goal is to make the joints tight enough to hold everything securely, but still easy enough to assemble by hand. The file consists of the main knife body with the blade and center section, plus several smaller pieces that build up the handle. We also added an engraving with the name of our channel directly onto the knife. You can engrave anything here depending on the customer. A name, logo, short message, date, initials, or something completely custom. That small detail can make the product much more personal and easier to sell. We start with the engraving first. After that, the laser cuts the main knife shape, including the blade and body. Then we cut all the smaller pieces that will create the handle. There are quite a few of them, but once they are stacked together, the handle gets a really nice three-dimensional shape. Once everything is cut, I check that all the pieces are clean and that the slots are open. Because we adjusted the joints before cutting, the pieces should fit together tightly without moving around. Now we can start assembling. First, I add the front piece that sits behind the blade. After that, I simply stack the remaining handle pieces one by one. Because the file was designed correctly and the slots were reduced to 2.87mm, everything fits very tightly. Most of the handle can actually hold together through friction alone. On the last section, I like to add a small amount of superglue just to lock everything permanently in place. You only need a few drops. And now you can see why all of those small layers are necessary. The knife no longer looks like a flat laser cut shape. The layered handle gives it much more depth and makes the finished product look far more complete. The next step is finishing the blade. I protect the handle and then spray the blade with silver paint. This gives the MDF a metallic appearance and creates much more contrast between the blade and handle. Apply a few light coats instead of one heavy coat and let the paint dry properly before removing the masking. And here is the finished product. We started with a flat sheet of 3mm MDF and ended up with a layered decorative knife replica with an engraved detail and metallic finish. Now let's talk about how I would sell it. I would position this primarily as a laser cut souvenir, decorative replica, or collectible display piece. There are plenty of customers who simply like knives, workshop decor, unusual handmade products, or objects that look interesting on a shelf or desk. The important thing is that you are not selling 3mm MDF. You are selling the finished design, the layered construction, the engraving, the finish, and the presentation. The production cost for something like this is around $1, so there is plenty of room for a good margin. Depending on the size, finish, personalization, and presentation, it can be sold for significantly more than the material cost. One of the easiest ways to increase the value would be to add a simple laser cut display stand. That immediately makes the product look more complete and gives the customer a clear way to display it. You could engrave the customer's name on the knife or stand, add initials, a short message, a logo, or even a date. That gives you a personalized version of exactly the same base product. You could also create several different knife designs and sell them as a small collection. Someone who buys one model may also be interested in another. That gives you an opportunity to create repeat customers instead of relying on a single product. For local sales, I would test products like this at craft fairs, souvenir shops, gift shops, local marketplaces, and social media. I would also pay a lot of attention to the photos. Show the finished knife on a clean display stand, include close-ups of the layered handle and engraving, and make it clear that it is a decorative laser cut product. Presentation is what takes something that costs around $1 to make and makes it feel like a product worth paying much more for. That completes day 7 of the 100 Days, 100 Laser Products Challenge. Today, we turned several pieces of 3mm MDF into a layered decorative knife with a custom engraving and metallic finish. The file is available completely free through the link in the description. Like the video, subscribe to follow the challenge, and I will see you tomorrow with a new product for day 8.